Hello everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Steven Goes to the Movies.
Yeah.
Number 2 for the day.
Right.
Alan and I just left the theater after seeing Creed 2.
Yeah, Creed 2.
This is the 8th film in the Rocky series.
But the second film.
But the second, and only the second film in the Creed series.
Yeah.
and I hope it's the last one,
Really?
personally.
Really? Oh.
I don't know where else they could take this story, and I don't want to find out. I'll be honest.
I think they might take it kind of like where Rocky 3 went.
But we don't need that. We don't. I was going to say, this was very Rocky 2. We don't need another Rocky 3. Listen, I was on board for every movie where they rinsed and repeated the lose a battle montage, win a battle scenario.
Right.
I've been with them through every movie.
Okay.
This one, I'm like, okay.
This is almost like a shot-for-shot remake of Rocky 4.
It was shot for shot.
No, I'm just joking. But it had the same beats.
It did, and listen, I mean, the music was great. The music, all the hip hop music they used had some good beating to it, and made you feel like you're in the thing.
When the theme kicks in,
when the theme kicked in, that was good. But honestly, there were people in that theater who were like clapping and cheering at things that I've seen for 7 movies now. Like, did they really not anticipate that being the next thing that happened? I don't understand.
I don't know. Some people, I guess, really like these films. Like, they just get so invested.
Listen, I dug all the movies. I dug Creed, the first one, and everything that came before it. I have no. Some people say that by Rocky 4 to 5 to like it got a little this or that. I didn't mind it. I was okay. And this one again, the movie was enjoyable, but it was too routine now. Too routine. I mean, they show us in the trailers Drago wearing the red robes.
Right.
So, spoiler warning. That's not the middle. The middle of the movie they fight, and I even said to Alan, it's too early for this to be the main fight. Sure. And of course we knew that. And then, but you also know it because he's not wearing the robes that you see in the trailers. That makes you realize that fight is gonna. No, that means they're gonna fight again.
That fight early on is like, okay, well, this is like he's gonna lose. And then
I mean, it was obvious. And also, remember, I think I mentioned it to you that I wasn't a big fan of Adonis's attitude, like the way he like carries himself entirely, because he's like a little too, aggro. And in this one, it was still there. Yeah. Like, I would have thought after the first one ended that he would have become a different person of sorts. And maybe it's because of the whole thing with it being his father and the Drago and all that. That's what brings it out.
I mean, it's the dad. It's the guy who killed his dad.
But the way that he goes at Rocky, when Rocky's trying to not go, like, talk him out of it, it didn't feel right to me.
Well, because it was also a thing about his pride. Like, he knew that Rocky was basically saying, no, you can't beat this guy. He's too much for you. He
didn't say that, though.
He implied it, though.
I know, but he was right.
Yeah. Of course he was.
He was right.
But I mean, you gotta set up like some sort of tension and conflict.
Now, let me just say this: that Adonis and Bianca, their relationship, from the first movie into this movie, I think is one of the best relationships I've seen in a movie in a long time.
Right. That's what I was hearing. It's like more of a love story.
It rivaled a lot of the Adrian Rocky love. Of course. Except I think Bianca was even more supportive. Right. Like, that when she sings that song as he's walking into the stadium and at the end of the movie, like, that was a powerful moment. I was like this is like someone who's standing by her significant other. Right. And I really dug it. A lot of the movie did kind of get a little bogged down maybe with the whole baby thing. Like, not in a bad way, but like it changed the tone a lot from, like you're ramping up and then it gets real slow and then it ramps up again.
That's true. That was really slow in that middle part.
It was. I will say that I think they did a good job handling the child with a disability kind of thing.
Okay.
right?
Yeah, I didn't know that it had ear tests for that young.
I didn't know either. Maybe it's not even real.
You know, I work in a certain field, and they have problems doing ear and sight tests with children with certain disabilities. So I was like wondering, like, how do they do it, like, with babies? Because they can't respond to.
Right, but I guess they sense.
But I guess what they do in
watch for brain waves and stuff.
That was interesting.
Which, if it's true, that's cool. If not, like, again, it's like it's for the movie.
I'm pretty sure it's true.
I'm sure it is.
Maybe it's just more expensive. Yeah.
Maybe. So yeah, you know, I thought they handled that really well. Like, especially when Rocky has that moment where he's like, "What if everything's not all right? Will you love her?" And he was like, "Of course." What kind of question's that? And he's like, "She's not gonna feel sorry for herself, so you don't do it either." And that was like a real powerful like statement to make. And then at the end when they show the baby with the little like hearing aids and all that kind of thing, like I liked all that. I just felt like it was weirdly injected into the movie.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like it worked, but it slowed things down at points where I didn't understand. That's all. And then it was nice.
It's kind of like extra drama.
And then it was nice to have Rocky kind of reconnect with his family.
Oh yeah, that was
right.
More drama.
More drama.
And I guess it's like paralleling his whole thing with his dad and his kid.
And so that was nice. But that's why, to me as well, not only do I think I'm good on the Rocky-esque movies, but I also felt like they wrapped it up. Because would Rocky return in another movie?
I felt they wrapped it up with Rocky 6 with Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, they did, and then they started it over again.
And now they're starting to get serious.
But what kind of a Creed movie, what kind of a Rocky-esque movie could you have without Rocky? Like, I don't think Rocky would fit into another movie, into a third Creed.
See, like, I
mean, what, is he gonna fight again? Like,
no, I think they'd probably kill him off. That would probably be the end of his story.
Well, Rocky or Creed?
No, not Creed.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But what would Creed 3 be about? Would he go back to and fight more? Like, I just don't.
Well, he's now the champion now.
So what are they gonna do? They're just gonna film him, like you said, like it's just gonna be a shot for shot of Rocky 4?
No.
Where
this
now he's gonna
Rocky 4.
But so then what's gonna be Rocky 5? He's gonna be an older guy now.
You can bring back the boxer from the first one to do a rematch. He never beat him. Right?
Yeah.
Which is like what happened in Rocky 2. They could have a new boxer like Mr. T, where he's just this guy.
I'm the best! I'm the best!
Yeah.
I'm the best!
He just challenges him out of nowhere and beats his ass. Or, you know, or they could just do like a completely new original storyline.
But again, even if it's an original storyline, it's still going to be in the vein of Rocky.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, like, he's a hot new actor. They want to make movies starring him. He's going to get movies. They're going to make movies for him. And especially since he has this popular series. I mean, there's no reason to stop the train. And that's how Hollywood works.
Maybe it'll be just like in Rocky 4, and they'll bring in a WWE star to have like a charity boxing thing.
Yeah, well, that's kind of goofy.
But there was a trailer that could hint at that. It could be The Rock. Could be The Rock that comes in.
Or John Cena.
He's
wanting to get in films.
And because we're going to talk about trailers, we know there's only the one notable one.
Oh yeah, I wanted to say this tidbit.
Yeah. Oh no, we're not moving on. We go on, yeah.
So when it was when he shot Rocky 6, I guess he was being interviewed about like what happened to other boxers, and when he came to Drago, he said, "Oh, I imagine he's like." He got into drugs and depression and died of like overdosing. So I'm guessing he changed his mind because now, you know, Drago's there live. I guess he did have a sad story. He
got super depressed, clearly. I mean, he like exiled himself to Ukraine when all of Russia basically turned their back on him.
Yeah, and his wife left him. Yeah, and then he had to raise his kid.
That was a big surprise. The wife from the original movies.
Nelson.
Yeah, she comes back, reprises the role in this one.
She doesn't say shit. Like, she says one line.
Yeah, she says one line, and she like doesn't do anything. But everyone in the audience is like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That audience was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
this one was more over the top than the first one. The first one was more grounded.
It was. The first one was a lot more grounded.
It's just like Rocky 4.
There's no way with that kind of a rib injury he could have kept fighting like that.
Yeah. Well.
There's no way.
I mean, that's the whole thing.
That's fucking plot.
Fucking superhuman.
That's plot armor right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew the crowd was going to be interesting right from when it first said Creed 2 and people started clapping.
Yeah. And
I like laughed out loud. Literally, I was like, okay, that's what we're in for.
Oh, you mean the crowd in the theater?
Yeah.
I thought you meant the crowd in the movie.
No, in the theater.
Yeah. Oh, people literally love Rocky movies, you know? You know what the worst crowd this year has been? Infinity War. That was like... Y'all gonna cry? Really? Y'all gonna cry? You know this is not gonna be lasting.
I didn't have that same experience in my theater, but that's pretty funny.
People crying and bawling. Women, like grown women. I'm like, you're not a child. You know what's gonna happen, right?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So quickly, there was one new trailer that we saw, which I kind of hinted at with the whole maybe the next Creed movie has like WWE in it. Because it's called Fighting with My Family, and it's basically about Paige. I don't know who that is.
She's like a
female wrestler for the WWE,
and I guess it's her story of how she got into WWE.
Oh, is it? So it's based on a real story?
They said that in the trailer.
Oh, I must have missed that little bit, but apparently it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
About Paige, the wrestler. I guess her and her brother like grew up loving wrestling when everyone else around them hated it.
Yeah.
And then they kind of want to make it their
like that they used to have a show on MTV that was like a reality show where there'd be contestants to join WWE.
Oh.
And I wonder if it's that reality show, but I'm not too sure because I fell out of wrestling like way back.
Maybe. Yeah. But there was some jokes.
Yeah.
There were some cameos from some pro wrestlers.
Her dad is the guy from the Cornetto trilogy.
Isn't he from Hot Fuzz?
Yeah, he's from the Cornetto trilogy.
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be like a Hot Fuzz-esque. It was gonna be those guys because I saw him and I was like, oh, Simon Pegg.
Yeah. It's not Simon Pegg, but I forget his name.
David Pegg?
No, but the guy, the fat guy.
No. The skinny one is Simon Pegg.
Yeah.
Right. I just meant like him, like those guys.
Those guys. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember the rest of their names. But anyways, there were some jokes. It looked like it might be kind of funny.
Yeah.
We laughed out loud in the theater at one point. Almost everyone did. So I don't know. I'm interested to see where that one's gonna go.
I guess I'll watch it, but yeah, I don't really follow wrestling anymore, so I'm not too that.
So at this point,
I wonder if it's even because the WWE is starting to produce their own films, so I wonder if it is one of their films. But to get The Rock, they have to pay a lot, so I don't know if it's actually them.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I mean,
they usually try to push like their other wrestlers.
Not like we don't know The Rock will do anything for a paycheck these days.
Well, he's the most well-paid actor, so it's a pretty big paycheck.
Oh yeah. So at this point, Alan, do you recommend Creed 2?
Oh yeah, I think it's a great film. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first one, which I recently just saw, and yeah, this one's a great follow-up. And it's like almost a follow-up to Rocky 4, which is like my favorite Rocky. So
I say if you have AMC Stubs list, definitely. If you have to pay for it, don't splurge on like the Dolby or the Prime theater. We saw it in the Prime theater,
which is nice.
I mean, it was nice because the seats reclined, but the sound. I mean, the whole point of the Prime theater is that the seats are supposed to shake with the music and stuff.
Oh, really?
And I didn't know that. There was none of that. Like when he gets punched, like you're supposed to kind of feel it a little bit. I didn't get that.
I just like the reclining seats. So.
Right, so
let's go for that.
But if you have to pay $15 or $24 or 20 whatever it is for the Prime theater, I'd say spend the lesser money.
Right.
If you're a fan of the Rocky movies, you'll definitely love it. And if you want something to clap to because the underdog wins in the end. It's for you.
Those people are hilarious.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I'll clap sometimes if like everyone's doing like okay.
Yeah.
I really like this film. It's a Marvel film. Okay, clap.
Right.
But otherwise, I'm like, why are you like clapping at the beginning of the film? I'm like, Who are you clapping for? There ain't nobody here that
nothing happened yet.
Nobody made the movie. If you're at a premiere, that's like the only time, because you know the directors and the cast are in the fucking theater.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise, don't clap.
They don't care. They're not there.
They're not there. Unless like you are with the guy. Oh, you're in this film, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty good. That was pretty good.
Right?
Right? Otherwise, fucking don't do it. It's the stupidest thing.
Yeah, I agree.
God, humanity.
So anyways, comment below your thoughts, if you agree, disagree, what you felt, if you've seen it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you. And again, as always, Alan, thank you.
You're welcome.
We'll be seeing Robin Hood in the morning and then doing some Black Friday shopping. Whoop, whoop. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
All right, bye-bye.